UFC 312, baby. Du Plessis versus Strickland 2 just wrapped up. Bro, Dricus is so good, brother. Yo, this guy, man, this is the most satisfying. Listen, I'm not big on hate watching, brother. You know, I don't get along. I don't fuck with Strickland. You guys know this, brother. You know, we beat this guy up so badly. We 50-45, then we took his soul. You know what I'm saying? Suarez, who was the favorite when I told you guys, I prefaced this week, that's the worst odds I've ever seen. Weili's 10 times better than Suarez. Nah, dude, Kenny, Suarez, she's the female Habib. Stop saying, if you don't watch fighting, chat, you don't understand that I was so miserable watching Suarez footage. Now, she's good. I had to watch her footage before I made my $200 fucking parlay. That was, I had Weili by KO points, Du Plessis by points, and it paid out at 1,100. You know, I'm balling right now. I'm happy. But this was an interesting card. It was a lackluster card, I'll be real. But there's fights that delivered. It was mostly the main and co-main. But we're going to talk about the whole card, full card review. And, of course, we're going to start off with the one that made my day. And it made everyone's day, bro. Bro, this whole time, this Strickland guy talking about everything but the fight. He was so worried about Hamza. Guys, let me tell you, Hamza's not a man, guys. So worried about Hamza the fight week. So worried about being just pro-Israel, anti-Palestine. Oh, he doesn't care. Bomb all the little kids in Palestine. Being a weirdo. Oh, this is my most satisfying ass whooping I ever watched. And let me just say to Dricus Du Plessis, what the fuck? He's getting better. He's so good. Yo, I was amazed about how much better he's getting every fight. See, you watch the Brunson fight, you're like, this guy is nothing. Watch the Darren Till fight. Watch Darren Till giving you problems. He jumps to Whitaker. We're all like, he's going to get embarrassed. He beats Whitaker. Okay, wait. I think Whitaker's just chinny. No way. Surely no way. He beats Izzy. Yeah, but Izzy he come off a long layoff. He just lost to Strickland. You know what I'm saying? Then he beats Strickland right here, right? And when he beat Strickland, he didn't just beat Strickland. He beat the shit out of Strickland. He destroyed Strickland for 25 minutes straight. And his gas tank is so weird to me, because first of all, he has a great gas tank. Like, it's weird to me, because I remember I used to think he didn't have one. I guess the nose surgery that he actually got might have fixed something, but I honestly think he heart maxes. When I say heart max, you're probably, what the fuck does that even mean? I feel like his heart just refuses to give up. When he smells blood, he lands big shots and he just keeps going. Like, when he broke Sean Strickland's nose in the 4th round with that straight powerful punch. This guy hits like a truck, first of all. He breaks Sean's nose and he like tries to kill Sean for like the remainder of the round. And in my head, I'm like, he's gonna punch himself out. This guy's gonna get tired, dude. He's gonna punch himself out. There's no way he's gonna like not fatigue from this. Bro, no, he kept fighting and kept fighting. And he even won the 5th round. Masterclass this bum. And I remember I was even nervous. I was like, if DDP doesn't mix it up, he might have a problem on the feet. Little did I know DDP's adjustment making and how much he's improved since the last time we seen him. Because like I said, like the reason I went for DDP overall, chat, because I said Strickland doesn't make adjustments. Look at the way Strickland fought Kamaru Usman way back then. He fights the same way now. It's still going to be the teep and jab. With DDP, I've noticed every fight he improves and makes adjustments. And the fact that he's been in there with Strickland, he's shown that I'm not only making the adjustments and getting better every fight. If I fought someone earlier on and I have to fight them again, I'm actually going to make adjustments. This is the difference between the two, bro. When you're at the high level, one person like Strickland is going to come in with the same game plan, not going to make adjustments because he believed he won the first fight. He has an ego problem. I can beat DDP the same way. What happened, brother? You got embarrassed. You got destroyed. You got your nose broken on national TV. And what makes me more satisfying is the way he gets on the mic and gets all his post-fight interview fucking just censored because he's just coping. What a breakdown. He embarrassed himself in front of national TV. He got on the mic and had an Anthony Joshua Usyk situation where you're embarrassed from your loss and you're just trying to be like, blah, blah, blah. You grabbed the mic from DC and went on a whole yapping spiel. This was so satisfying to see. You got broken. Dricus Du Plessis broke you. He took your soul, you know. He beat you up so bad that you couldn't believe it. Strickland really thought he could come in this fight against Dricus the same old. No, brother. Dricus showed levels. Dricus is honestly scary. And I honestly remember saying that Hamza was going to like guarantee be champion. I can't say that anymore. I cannot say without a doubt Hamza's going to just be the guy to beat him. He's so good and he's improving. This guy Dricus is just improving. If him and Hamza ever become a power of heart or will, I have no doubt that Dricus is going to outwork him. Like, the adjustments that Dricus made this fight. Bro, first of all, I just want to highlight some adjustments. Every single time Strickland would throw something, Dricus will have the ability to exit with a low kick or exit with a body kick. He would throw a kick of some sort. Or when Strickland comes in, they'll have like a situation where they're hand fighting, right? And he'll always exit with a body kick. He'll hand fight, body kick. Hand fight, question mark kick. And how quick and snappy his question mark kick and his high kick and his lead kick is, it's honestly alarming. He has that spinning heel kick. This guy is a really good striker. It's coming to the point where you could say now that he's a top 10 striker in the UFC and no one can really argue with you. Kenny, he's a top 6 striker. Oh, I'm not going to argue with you. Knocked out Whitaker. Whitaker's a pretty good striker, you know. He landed some good shots on Izzy. He hurt Izzy on the feet before he even finished him on the ground. And then he 50-45 Strickland for 5 rounds straight. You can't name one person who went 5 rounds with Strickland and outpointed him on the feet with strikes. Yes, he lost a Cannonier, but you can't name that because he outstruck Cannonier considerably. Dricus masterclassed Strickland, and I'm honestly scared for people at middleweight. I don't see a 185er beating him, maybe aside from Hamza, and that's it. Because Hamza's a generational talent in the grappling. But other than that, I'll be real. Y'all know how some of my favorite fighters in this weight class, I don't see them beating him. You know? He's just that good. The fact that he's getting better, and what makes him weird is that, like, at first, you could get away with saying he's not skilled. He's just awkward. No, he's awkward and skilled. Like, he's just unique. He's unique, and he mastered that style. It's not even a weird style looking at it. Like, actually watching him, he makes good decisions. His fight IQ is actually very good. He's very strong for the weight class too. So like he would have moments. He only shot like one takedown and scored it, but just the timing of it was so offbeat that it caught Strickland off guard. Did Strickland get up right after? Yes, but the way that Dricus stole the round off of that very competitive round, he stole it with a takedown. He knows what to do when moments present themselves. He's so quick-witted and he's so good. I'm impressed, and I'm a huge fan of Du Plessis. I'm so impressed with the skill that he shows and the improvement that he shows, and he will be champion for a long time. And if he beat Hamza Chimaev, he's the greatest middleweight of all time, all right? He is the greatest middleweight of all time. Like, you can't don't argue with me. What you looking at, bro? You about to argue with me? You crazy? You lost your sense? If he beats Hamza, I think he could in the conversation of greatest middleweight of all time. Who's next if he beats him? And I saw him call out Pereira, and the thing is, I think he beats Pereira at 185 and 205 now. I don't care what anyone says. And let me just say this. That fight's never going to happen because, of course, Ankalaev's going to win. And I do not think Du Plessis actually wants to fight at 205 if it's Ankalaev. So I don't think he's going to fight Ankalaev. But, you know, he could just still keep running through the middleweight division and solidify his middleweight GOAT spot. But after Hamza, I literally don't know who. And I don't think anyone can beat him. And Imavov's a good fighter. He's talented. But Du Plessis wants to win too much. He wants to win too much. And when you hear him talk in press conferences, it's very hard to not believe him. Like what he's saying, it's very hard to not like believe what he's saying because everything he says ends up coming true when you see him fight. This guy's talented. I'm honestly shocked about how good of a fighter he is. And I don't know what to do with him or who to feed him outside of Hamza. And like I'm saying, if he, like I said, finish Hamza, you're the GOAT, in my opinion. Because that resume is nasty. Whitaker, Izzy, back-to-back, by the way. Then Strickland twice. Strickland has a name for himself. And Strickland's not that good. I'll be real. Strickland versus Izzy, I would love to see that matchup anymore. I would like to see that matchup because the truth of the matter is Strickland beat Paulo Costa. And then, by split decision, by the way. And then thought that warranted for a title shot. Okay. Beat Paulo Costa, think you deserve it? Here, what happened? Well, this is not Paulo Costa, is it? You thought it was going to be like a similar Paulo Costa you could scrape a split decision off of? No, this ain't Paulo Costa. It's Dricus Du Plessis. Most satisfying hate watch I've ever had in my... And I don't even like to say hate watch. I don't like this guy, though. And it was so satisfying to see him get beat up for 5 rounds straight. And it shows how quick the middleweight division is moving to a point where, in the span of a year and a half, Dricus is starting to separate himself from the middleweights. Like, at first, it was just like he's the best middleweight, but is he really? Like, did he really? The Strickland fight was questionable. Till he beats Izzy. Oh, is Izzy washed? Then he beats Strickland again. The way he beats him, now it's like okay, something's fishy, bro. He's just beating everyone. There's starting to be a gap between Dricus Du Plessis and everyone else. This guy's special and he's the truth. And I'll forever glaze him because I don't care what anyone says. He's legit. And he's truthful, man. He's such a G, man. And it's his aura and his essence and the way he carries himself. This guy is meant to be a champion. There's no more flukes and no more. Oh, he's just getting lucky. He's just on paper. DDP only beats these guys because he's crazy. He's actually skilled. He shows skills and he showed that he could outwork and destroy and break Sean Strickland. He didn't really break because Strickland didn't give up on himself, but he broke him, mentally he broke him. There's a point in that fight I know Strickland was like, let me just survive and not get knocked out. He knew after losing the first 3, he should have stepped on the front foot, but then he gets his nose broken. He's like, I'm just not going to get knocked out by this guy. That's my goal. You can see how he switched up to defensive style because he knew he couldn't handle Dricus Du Plessis. So Sean Strickland, get ready for your Izzy fight because we're taking you out next, little bro. We're taking you out next. And shout out DDP. By the way, I wore this shirt on my DDP when DDP beat Izzy, Izzy's undefeated when I had this shirt on. I know I was sad that day, but I'm happy this day, brother. You better trust that and you best believe that, baby. So shout out Du Plessis for getting it done in the most satisfying, clean way possible. You embarrassed this bum and this Strickland. See you later, dude. See you later, bro. All that media day, all he did was bring more attention to this ass whooping. So congrats, Strickland. You made it more satisfying to watch you get your ass whooped. I've never been this happy for someone getting whooped as well as someone winning. So shout out Dricus Du Plessis and Sean Strickland, brother. Hope you're crying somewhere, brother. Dale. Moving on to the co-main. Oh, this is so satisfying. What did I say? How mad was I this whole week? Anyone who's been in my live, I was actually mad. I don't really get mad at odds. This one got me mad. Like, usually I'm just really happy because, like, MVP Shara, I was really happy because I knew I was going to make a lot of money on MVP. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? Gafurov Nakamura. I was really happy because Nakamura was like a minus 1,000 favorite, and I knew Gafurov was going to win. I'm 3 for 3 now in this year for underdog picks. When I tell you guys lock in underdog, when I tell you throw money on underdog, just listen to me. Don't argue with me. I know what I'm saying. I made myself miserable watching Suarez film. She's a good wrestler, chat. But in her fight, she usually fades. In my head, I was like, Weili's going to break her. I said Weili by KO or points was my official pick. Late KO or points. Because I was like, Suarez might fade. But if she fades, I don't know if she's going to be tough enough. Shout out Suarez. I have nothing against Suarez, man. Trust me. I like her. She seems like a cool person. Cancer survivor. You know, all respect to her. She just wasn't on the level of Zhang Weili. And it was so obvious. You odds makers keep making mistakes. And I'm going to keep capitalizing. I'm going to keep making my bread. Keep making my supporters bread. You feel me? Because we know what we're doing over here. You get me, bro? For real bad, man. You feel me? Weili had... This was like a disrespectful one. Because Weili was kind of running through everyone in her weight class. And you guys said just because this girl's 11-0. Brother, has 2025 not taught you guys these undefeated fighters ain't shit no more? These undefeated fighters, man. Yeah, dude, but she's undefeated, dude. She's going to walk through Weili. Some idiot was thinking Weili was going to get control for 25 minutes. Do you guys not know Weili could grapple and she's strong? I know people, when I was saying that in my lives, and people were like, nah, you're tripping, dude. Listen, now you guys know. Don't doubt me, dog. I know what I'm saying. Weili was so much better than Suarez. She had no business being underdog, and I'm not surprised at the beats that she just put on her. Put the beats on her like Dr. Dre, you know, hands on her, lots of bass. You get me, bro? So, Weili win was so... This is actually the happiest I was because... Weili win, first of all, confirmed me a lot of money, and it showed me that she's untouchable. I don't know what she should do next. Maybe go up and fight Valentina, because everyone else in her weight class, like, who's good? Tatiana is supposed to be that girl. Dude, female Khabib. Yo, stop putting Khabib's name. I'm about to get mad. Stop throwing Khabib's name in with these, like, randoms, dude. Like, I'm not saying Suarez is a random. She's good, but what made you guys think that she was like a Khabib clone, Khabib doppelganger? Stop making shit up, dude. She ain't built like that. She ain't cut like that, so... You know, she's tough, though. And like I said, she's a good wrestler. She beats everyone else. Weili's just significantly better than everyone in her division. And people don't understand that. Because she's a really good striker, really good endurance, really good wrestling, and really good BJJ. There's nothing that she does that's bad. This girl is special, and you guys don't understand it. And until you... I hope... Like, listen. I think she was a favorite in every single one of her fights except for this one, which made no sense to me even more. I don't know what they saw in Suarez in her 3-round fights that they were like, okay, she's going to go in there, she's going to smoke Weili. You guys lost your mind, and... You know, lost your mind means I'm gaining my money. So keep making these people underdogs. I'm gonna keep prevailing. And Weili's really good, and she's the strawweight GOAT. You know, she's a strawweight GOAT. Especially the fact that she was underlooked in the underdog going into a fight with Suarez. She's a strawweight GOAT. Shout out Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who I think she's like the next up. But I think Weili deserves a spot at 115 crown, and I don't see anyone better than her. I'll be real. Like, and no one beats her right now. She's 35. Suarez was 34, and she was the next person who was supposed to run through her. You know, Suarez still beats anyone else, but not Weili. This is my opinion. Great grappler, because she was able to even take Weili down for 1 round. But after that, the grappling was to Weili's advantage. The striking was to Weili's advantage. The heart, the grit, everything. Look at my cutie patootie Weili, man. Such a real bad thing. You get me, bro. Shout out my girl Weili. Easy win for her. Suarez, don't be ashamed. You know, I'm not really clowning you. I'm more like coming at the people who called me crazy for saying Weili should not be an underdog. Don't disrespect it. Weili, in my head, I kept saying Weili should be a minus 700 favorite. This doesn't make sense. You know, like I said, I don't understand like the undefeated fighter hype narrative. You just look at the fights and then analyze it from a stylistic standpoint, and you're going to understand why Weili was obviously going to run through this girl. So Weili looked really good. I'm really impressed to see what Weili has next. Maybe go up and challenge Valentina, but I see nothing else for a 115. This is my take. So Weili looking brilliant as usual. Nah, do I really got to go with the rest of this card? Okay, this didn't surprise me, but Justin Tafa gave up a little earlier. And in my prediction video, I did say Teixeira is probably going to knock him out. That's what happened. But Tafa, I think he got hit in the body and then knee, elbow in the head and kind of gave up on himself. So, interesting win there. Draw was the right one here. Crute started off really well. Bellato ended up landing some like good low kicks that hurt him. And then, yeah, I thought it was a draw. The judge that gave it to Crute wasn't right, but I think the first round was clearly Crute, last 2 was clearly Bellato. Bellato did good on adjustments, and the fact that he survived the onslaught in the first round, I gotta give him props, brother. Dale, you looked impressive there, and yeah, I don't really want to talk too much about that. Some of the prelim fights we're gonna engage and talk about, like the Topurias and stuff, but fights like this I didn't really care for. Prado, 22 years old, youngster. Jake Matthews, they put the beats on him like Dr. Dre, made it look easy. So yeah, Prado, nothing wrong. The kid's still young. He's still 22. He's my age, dude. 22 is crazy. Like, I do not picture myself in that octagon, but to be fair, I don't train. But I'm just saying, he's still young, still has a lot to learn, so he shouldn't be upset with this. But Jake Matthews did look pretty good. This fight actually impressed me. Gabriel Santos looked really good. In the fact he was able to secure that submission in the third round. And Jenkins is not no walkover. So the fact that Gabriel Santos looked like that, he never slowed down. Endurance always there. Was letting some good strikes of his own. He even got caught with a head kick early. And I thought he was going to be out and done for, but he survived. He weathered that storm, and he showed resilience. This guy's actually going to be good. So keep your eye on Gabriel Santos. Remember I said that this guy's actually going to be nasty because I know he's going to be good. Yeah. Featherweight too, like there's not a lot of people like coming up into featherweights top 15 lately, but this guy's gonna be ranked soon. Give him a couple fights. I don't know how much fights he's gonna have, maybe 1 or 2 more, and the guy should be ranked because his performance against Jenkins, who I actually thinks like a tough marauder, was actually pretty good. Jenkins was marauder max. He had that good body kick, the good forward pressure, but when it came to the wrestling and grappling, Santos was on a different level. Had Charles in his corner, so I'm not surprised with the submission. So shout out Santos, and this guy, brother, special for 145. Trust me, brother. Oh my God, Tom Nolan versus Borshchev, bro. I'll say this right now. Tom Nolan's really good. 6'3" at 155, bro. Just cheat code maxing. I'll say this though. Out of all the 6'3" maxers, like, because Jalen Turner 6'3", Joe Alvarez 6'3", Tom Nolan 6'3", he seems like the most well-rounded. Like, he's able to wrestle. He's able to, like, he has really good knees up the middle, elbows. I think he's the best, honestly, out of all the tall one, the tall maxing 155er. So I am impressed with Tom Nolan. I'm very impressed with the work he did against Borshchev. Borshchev's always a game tough fighter, but I think it was a pretty clear 30-27, I believe, for Nolan. He just looked better than Borshchev. Borshchev was a little bit of a step behind on the striking, and then Tom Nolan even mixed in some grappling, which is a tough night for Borshchev. Both guys look good, but Tom Nolan, like I said, this next generation of 155, long, lanky guys, they're making their names be known. So shout out Tom Nolan, very diverse striker, and looked very impressive in the grappling as well. This fight, I can't wait to talk about this because I was pushing for Wang Cong. I mean, it's not surprising. She was a big favorite, but Bruna Silva has commenced the fall off of the fighting nerds. I'm joking. Rufi's going to win his next fight. I don't know who Brujalo's fighting next. If it's a Mavov, I don't know if he's going to win that, but Bruna Brazil looked really bad. Looked horrible. She sucked the whole fight, got her ass kicked. Wang Cong looked so much better. Wang Cong, like I said, her last fight was a fluke. People thought Wang Cong was going to lose to this random. Hell no. I don't know where you got that from. Wang Cong looks good. She's a really good striker. She had like 100% finish rate before her last finish, the last time she lost, and then like she didn't finish Brazil, but she beat the shit out of Brazil. Brazil was kind of just fighting to survive. I don't know what she was doing. Threw like nothing the whole fight. Landed only 30 total strikes compared to Wang, who landed 104. Embarrassing fight for Brazil. I don't know what she's gonna do. Maybe retire, brother. Maybe leave the fighting nerds and making the fighting nerds look worse. Brujalo had horrible corner work. After she was down 2-0 getting embarrassed, Brujalo gaslit her like it was 1-1 when it just wasn't the case. It was, by the way, 30-27 on all 3 judges' scorecards. No surprise here. Wang Cong whooped Brazil horribly. I don't know why anyone would think. I don't know why Brujalo gaslit Brazil like that. It was fucked up, low-key. But Wang Cong, great performance, man, so I'm going to give her credit. Now, Topuria. Let's talk a little bit about Topuria and Thicknesse. First of all, Thicknesse was a game fighter, like I said. I did say my prediction that Topuria, if it goes into the third, he might fade a little. And I will say I was wrong here. I did get the pick right, but he didn't fade. What he did, he adjusted. So he showed me in the first round he could strike really well. He landed some big shots on Thicknesse, and then he even did that German suplex, brother. But that German suplex was actually nasty. Then he showed he could box really well the first round, wrestle with the German suplex. In the third round, he showed well-rounded base in like the wrestling, attempting submissions, and Thicknesse was game. Like you could tell, Thicknesse lost every round clear, but he wasn't no walkthrough. Like I kind of expected that. Even Topuria showed good takedown defense. Like he's good, dude. He's pretty well-rounded. He's I believe in the hype. His resume beforehand, he was beating a lot of people who were like 1-9 and 4-92. Beating people with horrible records. But honestly, the way he fights, he's very influenced by his brother. You can tell by the way he stands in his boxing stance and kind of plots forward. He's good. He's actually really good. He might be more well-rounded than Ilia Topuria, unironically, because he's more proven in the grappling realm already because he showed defensive grappling, offensive grappling. You know, I know Ilya submitted Bryce Mitchell, but he also got taken down by Bryce Mitchell, controlled, you know, for a good amount of time. Bryce Mitchell's also a good wrestler, but show his Thicknesse. Thicknesse, what a name. Thicknesse is a good wrestler too, but Topuria looks really good. I'm actually very impressed. I'm not mad at how tentative he was. Similar to his brother, like he just tries to find the timing and go for blitz. You know, Topuria doesn't always knock out all these guys in his first fights. You know, he wasn't doing that when he first came in. But as far as 135 is concerned, Topuria is going to be a problem, especially if he keeps up the defensive wrestling. Him and Merab will never fight because they're close. But I'm curious to see how Topuria does against some ranked bantamweights. But I think they might fast track it. Maybe one more unranked fight, then he's going to get ranked. This is my opinion. Or like fight someone in the top 15 next. I think the UFC is going to do the Topuria brothers a solid in that. So we'll see what Topuria's next option is. But I was actually very impressed by his performance. This right here was fight of the night. I hope they both got 50K. Rongzhu versus Cody Steele. Rongzhu was the better fighter, showed just more toughness. Great fight. I actually love this fight. It was my fight of the night, honestly. Even though DDP's masterclass was up there, dude. And Weili's masterclass as well. But this was fight of the night for sure. Cody Steele was always game. He started off really good in the first round, then got rocked. And then Rongzhu, after Rongzhu rocked him, I feel like it was hard for Steele to recover from that. Like, he was kind of like always shaken up. So, yeah, Rongzhu was really good, dude. He kind of got him in the first, second, and third. It was a 3-0 sweep, in my opinion, but it didn't mean that Cody Steele wasn't game and wasn't standing there and holding his base. Cody Steele was a huge favorite, so shout out Rongzhu for, upsetting a lot of people and destroying a lot of parlays. So Rongzhu, he showed that he's talented, brother. This guy's special, so be careful, brother. This guy, he's different from other people. He looked really good. I was actually really impressed how tough Rongzhu was and how quick his hands. He was so much quicker than Steele. I almost felt bad for Steele in that fight. But yeah, Rongzhu, great performance. Jousset embarrassed himself here. This guy Micallef actually came out in the first round looking horrible, like happy feet, looked kind of goofy. In my head, I was like, Jousset's gonna run through him, but yeah, Jousset's lack of movement, head always on the center line, is like he's set up for failure. Like CKB was down bad at the start of this card. Jousset just looked like an idiot. He looked like a little goofball. But yeah, Micallef, didn't even look good to me. He just looked better than Jousset. You know, he did show some good kicks, though, and stuff. Jousset couldn't really figure it out. Jousset's slowly falling off. He used to be a killer, bro, like a marauder. Now he's starting to, like, fall off the face of the earth. So, embarrassing performance by Jousset and Jubli. Oh, my God. This was hilarious because, like, it was a 19-second fight. And poor Jubli got an early stoppage. Unlucky. Like, he got dropped by a really good shot. He was going to fight for a wrestling take, but, the referee Mark Gottermaxed and stopped the fight prematurely. It was an Aussie referee. I get it. He wants the Aussie guy to get a good knockout victory to set off the tempo. It made everyone go crazy, but poor Jubli's gonna get turned into a meme for like the rest of his life again. Dude's already like chat. People just hate him because he's Indian. You know, he's a cool guy. He seems good, like a good fighter, but he did get slept, like dropped pretty quickly. Like I said, a very early stoppage. He landed 0 strikes, 0 takedowns, 0 everything, brother. 0. He just 0, brother. 0, and he got turned into a meme in 19 seconds. Like I said, Quillen didn't really knock him out, but early stoppage got him the win. So nonetheless, I think Quillen was going to win regardless, but it just happened to be from an early stoppage. But UFC 312 was an interesting card. I'll be lying if I said, yo, dude, this card was so cowabunga, dude. It was just legit. Card was kind of to me. But one thing that's not is that Du Plessis put the beats on this guy. Weili put the beats on him. You know, shout out to Poirier making his debut, looking good. Overall, I'm mad at this card. The co-main and main delivered for me because, brother, we made some guapo. But listen, bro, let me know what you guys think about this card down below. And, yeah, we're going to have some fights to make videos coming out because there's a lot of fights to actually make from this shit card, believe it or not. But hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for me, and God bless. 2, 3.